Guys, I want you to know, if you let a bottle of ranch sit out for like 3 or 4 hours, maybe more, and then you go to eat it after you put it back in the fridge, after you tell your husband, hey, this has been sitting out for a while, you're an idiot, why'd you do that? You might get violently nauseous and have a splitting headache. Oh, I want to throw up everywhere. What's up, you guys? It's Ashlinsky, and I just wanted to I wanted to do a sit-down vlog, but I'm feeling really sick because somebody let me eat ranch that was spoiled, and it's not good. It's not good. It's not a good morning. I had, since I do nannying for a friend, I take care of her little guy for like an hour while she goes to class. I had him, and I was just like, hey buddy, I feel awful. And he was like, okay. And so we watched Star Wars, and that's what we did today. But I wanted to talk about things because yesterday I went to the doctor. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably saw that I was kind of upset about it because unfortunately, as a precursor, I used to be on anxiety medicine. I had 3 or 4 years ago, I went through some really rough stuff with an ex, and I went to the doctor because I was getting sick. I was a nervous wreck, so they're like, hey, we're gonna put you on anxiety depression medicine because you have mild depression and you have anxiety. I knew I've had anxiety. I've known I've had it since as far back as I can remember, probably just looking at the signs, because everything makes me worried, everything makes me nervous. I get very easily worried about people, things. I was constantly sick when I was younger, and anytime I got panicked about things, I would just instantly get sick in the stomach, and I don't know, my nerves have always been attached to my stomach, so I can tell when I'm having an anxiety thing, because I'll get sick in the stomach, I'll want to throw up, or I'll want to go be sick, one way or another. It's not pleasant. It's not fun to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it because I like being able to talk about things, and I'm not good at talking about things, so this is how I'm doing. I'm talking to the camera. Hi. But I went yesterday to the doctor because with indie pop, I know I don't do well on planes, and last time I flew was 5 years ago for my friend's wedding to Colorado. And my doctor at the time had given me some sort of medicine that chilled me out, whatever. I don't know what it was, but it helped. It didn't make me sleep, it made me loopy. I remember sitting and playing a DS and laughing at it because I was like, I think it was high, honestly. Whatever he gave me, I was just looped. So, went to the doctor, explained what I wanted, and I needed a doctor in this area anyways. I lived down here for a year and I didn't have a primary doctor, so. But I told him what I wanted, and he's like, well, okay, well, he asked me all sorts of questions. I told him I used to be on anxiety medicine, and he's like, well, why'd you stop taking it? And I said, well, I didn't think I needed it anymore because I thought all my anxiety problems were gone. But as of late, I've kind of reverted back to my old ways. With doing videos and editing, I literally don't go anywhere. I stay home. I do leave my office room, but if I'm editing and stuff, I won't come out of the office. I'll come out and go to the bathroom, get food, get something to drink, say hi to my husband, see what he's doing, and go right back in. That's what I do all day usually, and it sucks, but it's what I like doing, and I enjoy being in my shell. And I was explaining to the doctor, I'm like, I do have social anxiety, I have, I have past issues, I have stomach issues, I worry about shit, and he's like, okay, well then, you probably should be on anxiety medicine. You should probably go back on. And that was probably the most upsetting news to me, because, after you deal with something like this for so long, and you think you've beaten it, to hear that it's back, it sucks. I knew going in that he was gonna end up telling me, you need to go back on it. And he said, you don't have to do it. It's a suggestion, but if you were on it before, you were on it for a reason. So, and because I knew indie pop's coming up, and I don't do well in crowds sometimes, not I'm okay in a crowd of people, but like in huge crowds, and I know conventions can get really like jam-packed, I know I might panic a little bit, so I went, you know, let's just do it. And I was pretty upset when I got out, and he did give me travel medicine too, which is good. But I came home, my husband was already home, I told him, and I was a little upset. I'm like, you know, I didn't want to get back on a medicine, only because I didn't want to be a zombie. Because when I was on the medicine last time, I just was always just flatlined. I never had energy, I never had, like, I just wanted to hang around and do whatever. I'd go to my job, and that was it. Like, I'd go to work, I'd come home, hang out, whatever. I would literally do nothing. Actually, that's where my YouTube watching probably started getting heavy, because I just, like, hang out, watch YouTube. That's it. If I wasn't working, I was hanging out, watching YouTube. Like, I hung out with friends and stuff, and I would go out, but it's really weird, too, because the doctor's like, oh, do you go out of the house? I'm like, no. I don't like going out of the house, because that's not even a thing. That's just, like, I generally don't, there's nothing around here for me to do, especially when I don't have a car during the day. Like, yeah, I could probably walk to, like, the neighborhood Walmart. What am I gonna do there? Nothing. So, like, during the day, there's literally nothing for me to do, unless I ask someone to drive me, or I get a cab, which I don't want to pay money, and I always feel like a bother asking. Bad enough yesterday to go to the doctor, I had to ask someone to take me. But there's nothing exciting to do around here. If you want to do something like fun, you need to drive an hour to go to the beach, or Surf City, Topsail, Wilmington. I'm hoping that it helps. I was supposed to start taking it last night. He said it would help me to sleep, because I haven't been sleeping at all, barely. And I forgot. I was up again until like 3 in the morning writing and editing, and I started playing Pinstripe. That's pretty fun. But I forgot to take it, so I started taking it this morning. I don't feel a difference yet. I mean, I'm a little antsy, but it's because my head hurts and I feel like I want to vomit everywhere. So I wanted to talk it out. Like, I know my husband will be like, yo, you can just sit talk to me. I did talk to him, though. I told him all these things, and I still didn't feel 100%, so. And I even talked to my mom. I called my mom yesterday. I was like, hey, Mom, they said anxiety and these sorts of things do have some genetic properties, so thank you. Because my mom has, like, anxiety and stuff, too. It's really mean to say, but, like, she has, like, a limit. Like, she can't travel. Unfortunately, if she goes, like, if she gets to a certain point, like, one time we tried to go visit my uncle, my aunt at their motorhome, because they live in a motorhome and they travel around, or an RV, sorry, it's an RV, and we got maybe 45 minutes into the drive. It was like a 2-hour drive. We got 45 minutes in. She had like a panic attack, and we had to pull over, and she almost threw up, and it was a mess. It was a mess. And we had to drive all the way home. So, I mean, hearing that kind of made me go, okay, like, that's the first time a doctor's ever told me it does have to do with genetics. And I was like, okay, so it's not just all me. Because, like, some days it feels like it's all me. Especially when, like, people who don't understand are like, oh, you're fine, like, why don't you just relax? Like, my husband doesn't understand because he doesn't have any of it, and he hasn't had to deal with it. Like, even with his mom being sick lately, he hasn't had, like, panic attacks. He just gets mad, and he's like, I don't understand, like, whatever. I'm like, it's not a switch you can shut off. It's something that just is constantly there in the back of your mind. I wish I could shut it off some days, but I can't. So, my battery's dying, so I'm going to end this video. Thanks for listening. Thanks for talking. I'll see y'all later.